Yeah, right, there it is. Another project I don't need. Another winter project. I guess you like that generator piece there. I don't really have an intro. But yeah, that's another project I picked up. Guy retiring passed it on to me. And it's a Generac generator. I'm not worried about it right now. Want to get it running, but it's not a pressing project. Today we're talking about wintertime projects, finishing them up. Here's one right here. It's electric hedge trimmers that I got for free. They didn't work. I got them working, and I cut hedges with them, but they're pretty dull. So I'm going to show you a way that I sharpen the blades on these, because I haven't sharpened them yet, but not today. Today we're going to talk about some wintertime projects. Here's one, my daughter's bike. She wants it repainted and redone. It's an old Schwinn. So springtime's coming, so I got to get on that. It's not engine related, but it's very important. So here's one of the colors it's going to be. Like a 50s yellow and a 50s cream. She likes the 1950s cars, so I think that's pretty cool. So we're going to do that. Also, we have the old trash pick Toro recycler. It's kind of an ongoing thing that's been on the back burner. It's going to clean up nice. Here's the transmission for it. I got to dig out all that goop, clean it up, put it back together. Here's the internal parts for it. Head. There's the main case. The cylinder has scratches in the bore. I'm not worried about it because it's a trash pick. If it smokes a little bit, that's fine. Try to clean it up a little bit. Here's another baskets of parts for that engine. Down below we got the old Clinton. Not really a wintertime project. Old tiller motor, electric start motor. They could be wintertime projects, but I need to get the other things done. Up here we've got remnants of a Echo GT255 two-stroke weed eater I picked up for parts, but as I got into it, I realized there's no reason why this can't run again. So that could be a future feature. And you know, the weekends are hectic, but we're trying to make the best of it. And so that's just a little update on the things that might be to come. Yeah, so here we are again, and I decided we'll do this tonight, actually. We'll film this sharpening. You know, it's funny. You film one day and you work the work week and kind of pick up and film a little bit more on the weekend, and this last week's been crazy. The schools are now closed. There's no more major sports games. Broadway's closed. It's just crazy what's going on right now, and that's all I'm gonna say. So it's nice to have a hobby to kind of escape and do different things. So I'll take you over here real quick with this Toro motor. That recycler, the bore was kind of need cleaning up, and got a nice cross hatch in there. I kind of honed that out today, among other things. But yeah, gonna show you a little way that I like to sharpen the blades on these. Yeah, here we are. I might have to take you down off the tripod to get closer to see the results of this. We've got, this isn't vice clamped down or anything like that. Here's our trimmers, these electric trimmers. We gotta sharpen all these little blades here. I think at one point I counted them, and there's almost 100 blades. Most of them double-sided, and then we've got, at the end, one that's only one-sided. So that's our blade here, and underneath is our guide. We have it propped up on one of these laundry detergent caps that I think are pretty handy. You want to keep those, put things in them. In this case, this is kind of loose, but I can deal with it. And what I'm going to show you here is I have this chainsaw file. I I got from a buddy of mine who's a tree man. You know, when the tree men go home, they have homework to do. They know if their saw is not cutting as good as it should be, they got to put time in their own time, off the clock, with one of these little files and sharpen every single blade so they're ready for the next day. So my hat's off to the hard-working man and woman. So this is a pretty small blade. That's why I'm using this little file. A lot of people have bigger blades, gas-powered ones, even bigger electric-powered ones. I would recommend tuning into Boneyard Garage on YouTube. He's got a video on sharpening these pro style, the way he does it. But these blades are so small, I'm going to use this. Boneyard Garage, it's a channel, it's blowing up. You know, it's getting ready to really get big. Check him out, Jack of all trades. Great entertaining channel, I love it. So go check it out. I just kicked the tripod so we get a little vibration there. Basically what you want to do with your file, I'll feel the blade. And it's sharp, but it's not super sharp. So I'll come in, I'll look at the angle, kind of try to match it up. And with the file, you want to go one way, pick it up, back again one way. Seems tedious. Don't really want to go back and forth. Good file performance, at least from a guy that taught me, had his own metal shop when I was a kid. He taught all us aspiring metal shop guys to take good care of your files. This is steel on steel. If you're going to file brass or aluminum, the trick is to take some chalk, chalkboard chalk, run your file through it. Then you can file on brass or aluminum. The chalk embeds itself in the little blades, so that when you tap it, brush it off, that soft metal doesn't embed itself in there, because if it embeds itself in there, it's going to ruin the file. I'll go more into it on a file episode sometime, hopefully if I get to do that. But we're going to do every blade this way. And I don't know if you can see that. It looks pretty nice. It doesn't feel super sharp yet. We're only making it better. It's not going to be a ninja sword or a samurai sword or whatever. It's just going to be better. And we're going to have to continue this process all the way up this side, all the way up this side. And then I'm going to fire it up with the electric. It's not plugged in right now, of course. And then we'll reclock it so that the blade is behind this way, so we can get the back side of these blades all the way up this side and all the way up that side. So it's a pretty tedious project to do, but it shouldn't be that bad. We'll probably definitely go to a time lapse, but I'm going to take you off the tripod and show you this edge. But I'm not going to cut. We're just going to do it like this. Really amateur style. And get you in there. So let's get focused. You can see that edge, how it's nice and clean. This one's kind of black and dirty. Greasy, grimy. Look at that fresh new edge on there. You can see kind of indents and chips out of it. It's not perfect, but I can tell you from feeling it, it's a lot better. So again, we got our file, go along the edge, lift. Now from feeling it, here we go. It's not Hollywood. From feeling it, it's a lot sharper than it was. For practice, I've already done this one, and I've already done that one. And I haven't done this side, but I took a few practice swipes, and a noticeable improvement. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. We got to go all the way up and all the way back down. You don't need to see it, but we might time lapse it in the next scene. interesting thing, we did a time lapse. Now I timed at regular time, it was about 30 minutes. The time lapse shows about 35 seconds, so roughly 1 minute gets compressed down to 1 second. I wish I could slow that down a little bit. I don't really know how to. Anyway, looks pretty good. You know, we filed everything out, front side and back side. The only thing we need to do now, what I'd like to do, is spray some carb cleaner or some brake clean, really clean these blades out, and then oil them. And then plug it in and test it. So I think tomorrow I'll finish this video out, and I'm not going to make you watch me clean it, but I think I want to turn it on and show you that after we oil it up. Maybe make you watch me oil it up. But I'm pretty happy with it. Everything's pretty sharp, front side and back side. I was kind of dreading doing this project. I'm pretty happy I filmed it for YouTube. Share it with you. It's not a big deal. It is tedious though. I mean, it took me a half an hour. But we worked it out. All right, it's the next day. You know, I cleaned off the blades, some carb cleaner. I decided to put some 3-in-1 oil on there. I kind of like that. There's too much on there, I know, but that's because I want to kind of run it in, make sure it gets good and coated. It's going to go back on the shelf with a little extra oil. Just wipe it down before we use it. And I ran it, and the blades are nice, but I heard kind of a horrible dry bearing sound. Kind of a horrible vibration that I didn't notice before. And I took the top of the motor off. Get in here, got the shadows in the way. And this, the top of the motor, this bearing had rust on it and all kinds of lint and dust accumulated in there. So I dug that out, took a brass brush in there, put a little 3-in-1 drop on that bearing, mopped up the excess. I don't want too much going down there, and fired it up, and it's a lot better, a lot quieter. So yeah, there was some rust going on with that bearing. Here's our brushes. The commutator is probably a little bit dirty, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm sure the brushes are a little bit worn, but much improved. So what we got to do next is throw the top on, fire it up for you. All right, I figured let's run it. Let's wrap it up. I didn't put this top cover back on. 2 real long bolts, 1 shorter bolt for the motor cover. I kind of want to clean around in here a little bit more before I put that back on, but you don't need to see that. So we'll just run it. And we'll call that a wrap. Until next time, take care. See you later.